Hi everyone! So I'm back today with an awesome video that my friend Kelsey suggested to me. Basically, she wondered how to prepare yourself for show prep. So how to prep for show prep. And I thought that was a really good idea. I get a lot of questions about that. A lot of girls are just really confused on how to get started and then what the process is on how to start a show and what it entails. So that's what I'm here for. So I have typed up 10 different points that I think are huge on how to get started. So the first one, I talked a little bit about this in the intro video I did for Teamhardbodies, going over the 5 points that I think are key to getting started. The one point I think is huge is to sit down and go over what are the weak points on your body, or take pictures, really analyze your body, look at your weak points on what we need to build. Just depends with every individual person. Everybody has a weak spot. I know for myself it's hamstrings and glutes. I was really weak in those areas, as well as upper body. So those are the kind of things you need to sit back, look at, and make that way you can kind of look at your plan for your workout regimen that you're going to do and focus on those areas to build, so that way you can present your body with an awesome package on your day of show. So going into point number 2, make sure you get an awesome workout regimen. In my opinion, especially if you're working with a coach, you should get one from them. That way, on the days that you're not training with them and you go to the gym by yourself, you have a set plan when you're working out. You don't want to just wing it. You want to make sure you have a plan. If you're just going there winging it, it's not really organized, and you want to make sure you organize with what body parts you're working. That way you're giving other muscle groups a proper time that they need to rest and repair, and just having a plan, it makes it a lot easier for you in the end, especially if you're spending the next 12 weeks working really hard. You're going to be spending a lot of time in the gym. It's really good you have a plan. If you ever watch pros or Olympians, they always have a plan. They know on Monday, today's leg day, Tuesday, shoulders, etc. So always have a plan. With that being said, make sure you understand the exercise. So, if you get your workout regimen that your coach gave you and you don't understand what that exercise is, don't be embarrassed to say, hey, what is this and how do you do it? So you want to make sure you know the movements and form. Again, it's pretty crucial if you do have a coach when doing this. It makes it a little bit easier. Your coach should know the form, what you should be doing, and that way you're properly engaging the muscles, and at the end of the day, that's what builds muscle. So going into point number 3, when you get your meal plan, make sure you pay attention to what you're eating and at what time, the portion and the amount. You can print it out, look at it on your phone, whatever you have to do, so that way when you do go to the store, you get the right amount that you need. You can shop weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, whatever you choose to do. After you do that, just choose a day in the week that you're going to go ahead and prep your meals. I always like to do weekly. I think it makes it a little bit easier on you for refrigerator room too. Sunday, you just sit down, get everything out that you're getting ready to prep for that week, cook it, measure it out, put it in your Tupperware, boom, put it in the fridge, it's done. With that being said, you want to make sure that you get a weight scale. If your mid-morning meal says 4 ounces of chicken, 3 ounces sweet potato, and a cup of zucchini, that's what you're going to want to put in your scale. Make sure that you weigh it out, and it's always after it's cooked, not pre-cooked, but after. You're going to weigh it out, put everything in your Tupperware, boom, there's your mid-morning meal. And you're just going to do that for every meal for the rest of the week. So you want to make sure you get plenty of Tupperware too. What your coach says to do and whatever is on your meal plan, do specifically that. It is set on your meal plan for a reason, so please follow it. Please be obedient and cooperative with your coach. They took the time out to do this for you, so make sure that you do specifically that. Okay, going into step number 4, make sure that you know what day your show is. I know that sounds silly, but sometimes people don't know when the shows are, or they haven't done the proper research. So make sure that you know what day it is, and from that date before, give yourself 12 weeks to really prepare. I think any more can be overkill on your body, and I think any less is cutting it a little bit too close. I know some people will do about 8 weeks to the show, and again, I think that's cutting close unless you're already lean and you maybe have previously done a show, but this is your first time just going into it. 12 weeks, I think, is going to be perfect. So, number 5, with doing a show, you want to get what's called your NPC card. This is a card that's $100 you can get online, or you can purchase it the day of the show. It is a card that allows you to compete at your NPC shows for the rest of the year. It is valid from January 1st to December 31st of that year. It's not a year from the day you get it. That would be awesome if that was the case, but they would have a really hard time keeping track of everybody's cards, so they made it from January 1st to December 31st for that specific year. So it's perfect if you really want to compete all year long, starting in spring to the end. It's going to be beneficial for you because you're going to really utilize that. And when you purchase it, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks, I think, to get in the mail, so keep that in mind. If you do decide to get it the day of your show, keep in mind that you'll probably have to wait in line for a while to give them the check and have them give you your receipt for everything. I made the mistake of doing that and I waited in line for a really long time. So if you can afford it beforehand, it makes it a little easier so you're not having to stand in line for a long time. So keep that in mind. Going into point number 6. For bikini figure, women's physique, make sure that you pick out your suit ahead of time. If you can go to a professional that can really look at your body, and you can pick out, your swatches, your color of your suit and everything. It makes it a little bit easier. Otherwise, you can go online, and that's what I've done in the past. I've just gone online, picked a suit that I really liked. The only thing with that is you have to be careful because you have to measure your body yourself and input the measurements on there. The tricky part with that is when you get closer to your show day, you're going to lean out drastically. So you have to take into consideration from what you're measuring at that point, you probably have to subtract about 1/2 to 1 inch off of your body, off of your hips, especially off of your waist, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 an inch off your glutes. So you really have to be careful with that. Again, having a coach can help with that, or sometimes, if you have a friend or know somebody that's competed, maybe selling their suit, you can try it on there, buy it from them, so that's always an option too. There's a couple of links for women's suits that you can go to. I'll put it in the description box below. One of them is Suits You Swimwear that I've personally bought from, and they have really great deals all the time. And another one is called Salayla. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a really weird spelling, but I'll put it down there like I said, so then you can click on it and go look. They have really pretty suits too for pretty cheap. Suits You is a little bit more expensive, but they're both great, so keep that in mind. For guys, you're going to want to get your board shorts, so you can find super cool board shorts online. I know a lot of guys will get it from Hurley, or I don't know, there's a bunch of different brands out there with really cool board shorts. Just remember that you want it to fit good. You want it to sit up about 1 inch or 2 below your belly button, so don't wear them too low day of your show. And you want them to be right above your knee. And also, with them fitting good, you don't want them to scrunch up at the front. I know that's kind of a dust statement, but I've seen guys that have worn them and it bunched up at the front and it didn't look very good. So for you guys, just make sure that you pick out, a bright color is really popular. So if you want to pick out a color that pops, don't hesitate to do that, because that kind of seems to be the thing right now with men's physique. So going into number 7, as your show gets closer, you're obviously going to need a spray tan. There's a lot of people out there that I've seen that haven't got spray tanned, and it's a must. It's the icing on the cake with your body and everything. It's going to help bring out the definition especially when they put the oil on your body. It just looks great. So please, please, please get a spray tan. I know here in Colorado, Elite Tanning by Christine Valancourt goes to every show. Amazing spray tan. I absolutely love it. Great color even after your show. Once you wash off, all the excess, it leaves a really nice tan for about a week. So I think her tans are about $110, and you get a couple of coats and then plus touch-up, so it's definitely worth it. So keep it in mind. There is guys that spray tan in their company, so for girls, if you're uncomfortable with that, just make sure that you schedule with women. They're very, very professional, but I know some girls can be kind of uncomfortable with that. I made the mistake of that on my first show. There was a guy, I was the only one available for the time I had to go, and it was kind of awkward at first, but you get over it, and it was great. He was absolutely amazing. So for number 8, this is for the girls. If you want to schedule for hair and makeup, you have to keep that in mind as well. It can be pricey, so keep it in mind. It's definitely worth it, though. They do a fabulous job. Most shows will hire makeup artists and hairstylists. So on the website, you should be able to look up that information and schedule with them. For myself, I've always done my own makeup and hair, or I've had a friend help me with that just to save some cash. So if you're a girl that's, worried about the extra cash, or the hairstyling or anything like that, practice your hair, practice your makeup religiously before the show if that's what you're going to do. Here's a little advice if that is the route you want to go. The bikini girls have very big waves, like big curly waves. Get hair extensions to make it longer. You can get hair extensions from Sally's, I think for about $100. That's what I did for my first show because I had shorter hair, and they last forever. I still have my hair extensions that have lasted years just because I kept up with them and washed them and everything. And then when I did my makeup, I just practiced constantly on what I wanted to do. So if that's something you want to do, make sure you get false eyelashes and do like kind of a dramatic smoky eye, thick eyeliner, kind of like what I have on my eyes now, but more of a smoky eye. And that's pretty much it, not a dramatic lip. And so if you can just practice that, then you should be good to go to do it yourself. So for anyone on my team that may be watching this, if you need help with that, I'd be more than happy to help you with your hair and makeup, so that way you can save some cash. And for number 9, we're going to be talking about registering for a show. This is very important because they have created a new class that's called First Time Ever Novice. So that's obviously meaning this is your first time ever doing a show. You're going in against people that this is their first time doing a show, so it's a little bit more fair. They have that class. They have just a plain novice class for people that have done shows before but maybe haven't placed top. And then they have the open, which is open for those other 2 classes plus people who have done shows before but have placed top 5. So the open class is very, very big. So don't be overwhelmed. You'll be more than prepared from your coach, I'm sure. So just be ready that the open class is going to be the biggest class because it has those plus the masters of whatever class you're in, whether it's figure, bikini, women's physique. It's gonna be big. So just be ready. When you're registering for each of these shows, keep in mind it can be a little pricey. You can do a couple of the classes, obviously. So if you want to do first time ever novice and open, you can. If you're going in, you want to do novice and open, you can. I suggest it because it gives you more stage time. You've worked really hard for the last 12 weeks, so utilize that. Get on the stage as much as you can. Go have some fun. It's awesome. It can be pricey. I think the price went up from $75 to $85 to register for each class, but again, it's worth it. So just keep that price in mind when you're saving up for that. And last but not least, we are going into point number 10. And this is a huge tip specifically for Miss Kelsey because she had asked me, I hate doing cardio. I'm going to need help. Like, is there something you suggest to help time fly by? And I'm so glad you asked, and that's such a good question because I wish I would have discovered this a long time ago. When you're doing your cardio, just find ways to kill time. So what I do, there's two different things I've done in the past. Obviously, you have your phone for Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and all these other social media stuff. However, that can get boring after a while, scrolling through news feeds all day long. I've gone onto YouTube and I've looked up movies, I've looked up inspirational videos from any competitor that I could find, including Daniel and Bailey, Kai Green. There's been videos of Arnold and all sorts of stuff, especially in the fitness world. And the closer you get to a show, you need that little pick-me-up. You need that motivation, because you're going to hit a breaking point to where you're really tired and you're questioning why you do it. So those videos help a lot. If you have an iPad or your phone and you have Wi-Fi, get Netflix and look up TV shows and movies. If you're doing 30 minutes of cardio in the morning, boom, that's a TV show. I've always done that. Or the last tip I have, because I like to read and I have no other time in my day to read, is take a book. I've seen people that have read, and they're doing their cardio. I'm like, I could never do that. Are you kidding me? Like, holding the book or going up and down. I'm like, there's no way I could do that. But I finally got so bored with everything else. I'm like, I'm just going to take a book. I have to. It's got to make the time go by. So I grabbed a book. Granted, I finished it in a week. However, there's plenty of books out there. So that's what I did. I just grabbed a book and I would read, and that's probably out of every other option what helped my time go by so fast. And you just grab a good book and you fly through it. So get a series of books or something. But that would be my couple of tips that will definitely help you get through cardio for the next 12 weeks. But again, it's worth it. If you have any other questions, these are my 10 tips on getting you started for your show prep. If you have any other questions, please comment below or go visit our website at teamhardbodies.vpweb.com. Send me an email if you have any questions. Please, I'm here. I know that there's so many questions out there, and that's what I'm here for, to help. I'm really excited because in the next video I'm going to be introducing my boyfriend Aaron. He's another coach here for the team. He's going to help go over supplements and workout regimens. He's come so far in his journey too, so I'm going to introduce him so everybody can meet him. And again, Happy New Year. I wish the best for everybody. Believe in yourself, inspire others, achieve your goals. Don't give up on yourself. It is a hard journey, but if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Don't forget that. So I'm here for any motivation. If you're ever struggling with anything in your journey, no matter who you are in the world, message me and I'm here to help. And we look forward to hearing from you and talking to you soon. We'll see you again. Bye.